The debate around the influence of the gender lobby, especially around children, schools, and other places, massively escalated over the last few years. But this is gonna shock you. The Department of Education, for the first time in a long time, have done something right. Oh yes. Alright, for about 2 seconds, let's praise the Department of Education. Why? Because of this. School census. Alright, so this is in the official record of what happens in our schools, and the Department for Education have decided to update the rules and guidelines. Do you know why? Because of this headline that we had a year ago in April 2022 that said 79% of schools have at least one child who is basically going with a different gender or non-binary. And this is fascinating because of the percentage that we knew of in society overall when it comes to people with gender dysphoria. And there was always a tiny percentage, right? Somehow, over the last few years, and specifically in schools, we've seen a massive increase in children becoming, especially non-binary or very like fluidy, rainbowy stuff. And that's been a massive concern for parents and the whole society. People thought, surely it can't be true that there'd been the creation of a new breed of people who are confused about their gender. So now the government, for once, have done something right. A new mandate. So you have to complete a new school census. I would say this form, the actual template is from 2019, right? But these are the latest update on the government website. Changes for 2023 to 2024. Any changes to the information we ask for or how it should be provided, obviously will be included in this, which means, this is it, the new data items. When it comes to gender, or sex basically, gender current data items has now been replaced by the new sex data item. The change from gender current to sex is being rolled out across all Department for Education collections. Over the next year or so, we will collect the sex data item on a mandatory basis. Essentially, what this means is that before we had a situation where schools and teachers could fill out these forms and give out the data saying, we have to self-identify all these kids as whatever gender they wanted. Now, the government are forcing the schools to only put in the official and legal gender of the person. So whatever is in their birth certificate, whatever the actual official document it is, as a human being, as a citizen of this country. So you're either M or F, male or female. That's it. So there's going to be a massive backlash from the woke side, obviously. So they deleted data items, so this is no longer happening. The gender current N00065 data item has now been replaced by the new sex data item N00783. And we have the Fair Play for Women organization tweeting this: following our census court win, forcing the ONS to drop the idea that sex can be self-identified, we have been pushing for the same to apply to the school census. We have been lobbying government to rectify this problem for 2 years. This week, new guidance has been published. A little bit of a victory for common sense, science, and freedom, and British parents. This is actually the right way. This is the correct direction. And again, we know that our lovely politicians are doing this because the elections are coming up. But it's still okay. I know obviously we can judge why they do sometimes what they do, if they make a right decision or right policy, but they are being forced to make the right policy in this situation, and the government has actually done it. It's not one of those situations where I have to say, I'll believe it when I see it. I do believe it because I have seen it. They've actually done it. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.